Ever felt that little nudge, that quiet whisper inside, suggesting you're meant for something more? The journey of faith, not fear, a specific path, a unique purpose. We often call this a calling. But just as quickly as that feeling appears, another voice often chimes in. The voice of doubt. It asks, am I really qualified for this? Do I have what it takes? It's a question that can stop us in our tracks before we even begin. Today. Today, we're going to dive deep into this idea of being qualified for the calling. And I think the answer will surprise you. It's not about having a perfect resume or a flawless track record. It's about something much deeper. Let's start with a common misconception. We tend to think that a calling is like a job application. We see a position open, say, world-changing artist or inspiring community leader, and we immediately start checking our qualifications. Do I have the degree? Do I have the experience? Do I have the natural talent? We create a mental checklist, and if we come up short on even one item, we disqualify ourselves. We see other people who seem so much more prepared, so much more gifted, and we shrink back, thinking, that's for them, not for me. But what if that's the completely wrong way to look at it? What if the calling isn't a position you apply for, but a path you're invited to walk? A path where the qualifications are not prerequisites, but qualities you develop along the way. Think about some of the most impactful people in history. So many of them started out as the most unqualified individuals you could imagine. They were outsiders. They were underestimated. They lacked the traditional credentials. But they had something else. They had a deep sense of purpose, a willingness to learn, and the courage to take that first, uncertain step. Their calling didn't find them because they were already perfect. Their calling found them, and the journey itself molded them into the people they needed to become. The challenges they faced became their training ground. The mistakes they made became their greatest lessons. Their so-called unpreparedness was actually a blank canvas, making them open to new ideas and humble enough to seek guidance. This brings us to a crucial point. Perhaps the most important qualification for your calling is simply answering it. It's the yes. It's the decision to show up, even when you feel inadequate. When you feel that pull towards something, whether it's starting a small business, volunteering for a cause you care about, writing a book, or simply being a more present and loving person in your family, the universe is not asking for your resume. It's asking for your availability. Are you willing to be used for this purpose? Are you willing to be shaped by this journey? Your initial skill set is just the starting point. The real qualification is your commitment to the process of growth. It's about having the humility to say, I don't know everything, but I'm willing to learn. It's about having the resilience to say, I will fall down, but I am willing to get back up. So, how do we cultivate this mindset? First, we need to redefine what failure means. On the path of a calling, there is no real failure. Only feedback. Every time something doesn't work out, it's not a sign that you're unqualified. It's a course correction. It's the path showing you a better way to go. Imagine you're learning to navigate a ship. You would unexpect to point it in the right direction and just have it sail perfectly to your destination. You have to constantly adjust for the wind and the currents. Those adjustments aren't failures. They are essential parts of sailing. The journey of your calling is the same. Every no, every closed door, every mistake is just a gust of wind telling you to adjust your sails. The truly unqualified person is the one who gives up at the first sign of a storm. The qualified one is the one who learns to read the winds. Second, embrace the power of just starting. The gap between feeling the call and feeling qualified can feel like a vast canyon. We think we need to build a perfect, sturdy bridge before we can cross. But in reality, the bridge is built stone by stone as you walk it. What's the smallest possible step you can take today? You don't need to write the whole book. You just need to write one sentence. You don't need to build a global charity. You can start by helping one person in your neighborhood. This first step is incredibly powerful. It breaks the inertia of doubt. It proves to yourself that you can take action, and it starts gathering the materials to experience the knowledge, the connections that you'll need for the next step. Your qualifications aren't earned in the waiting. They are earned in the doing. Third, surround yourself with the right people. No one answers a calling in a vacuum. Find mentors who have walked a similar path. Connect with peers who are also on their own journeys. This community serves two purposes. First, they can offer practical advice and guidance, but more importantly, they remind you that you're not alone in your feelings of doubt. Everyone feels unqualified at some point. Hearing that from someone you admire is incredibly liberating. Your community becomes your confirmation that the journey is worthwhile, even when it's hard. They are the ones who will remind you of your why when you're tempted to forget. Let's be clear. This isn't about blind optimism or ignoring reality. There are real skills to learn and real work to be done. If your calling is to be a surgeon, you absolutely need to go to medical school. But the calling part isn't the medical degree. The calling is the initial spark, the deep-seated desire to heal people that motivates you to endure the grueling years of training. The training is how you become qualified ***. The work, but the willingness to undergo that training is how you prove you requalified ***. The calling ***. The calling is the why. The qualifications are the how. Too many of us get stuck on the how and forget the power of our why. So, the next time that voice of doubt whispers, "Who are you to do this?" You're not qualified. I want you to have a new answer. I want you to be able to say, "You're right. I'm not perfect. I don't have all the answers. But I am willing. I am available. I am ready to learn, to grow, and to be shaped by this journey." Your perceived weakness is your lack of experience. Your non-traditional background might just be your greatest strengths. They make you humble, adaptable, and relatable. They are the very things that will allow you to connect with people and approach problems in a way that the perfectly qualified person never could. Your story, with all its imperfections, is your ultimate qualification. It's what makes your contribution unique. The world doesn't need more people who have waited until they feel perfectly qualified. It will be waiting forever. The world needs people who are brave enough to answer the call right now, exactly as they are. It needs your unique perspective, your passion, your willingness to try. Your calling is not a test you have to pass. It's a gift you're invited to unwrap. The only qualification you truly need is the courage to say yes and to take that first step. The rest, you'll figure out along the way. I promise. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this message resonated with you, I'd be so grateful if you'd hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more conversations like this. And please, share in the comments below. What's a calling you've felt, and what's one small step you could take towards it this week? Let's encourage each other. Until next time, be brave, be willing, and trust your journey.